Hamas has agreed to return the bodies of all 28 captives as a part of the US-backed ceasefire deal. So far, 13 bodies have been brought back to Israel and identified. The remains of another 15 captives haven't been found, many believed to be buried deep under the rubble of Gaza's destroyed neighbourhoods and collapsed tunnels. Widespread destruction, unexploded munitions and Israeli control over more than half of the Strip are making the recovery process very difficult, as you can imagine. Hamas is asking for technical assistance, heavy machinery, and crucially time to locate and retrieve the bodies. Let me introduce you to Gideon Levy. He's a columnist for the Israeli newspaper Haaretz. He's with us from Tel Aviv. Always good to have you on the programme, Gideon. So Netanyahu has made it clear he's prepared to keep vital crossings closed contrary to the peace deal and limit aid if the remains of captives in Gaza are not returned. I mean, even J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have said that this is a Herculean task. Will Netanyahu get away with continuing to politicise aid and essentially holding the Rafah crossing to ransom?
Much depends on the Americans. I mean, Netanyahu has no freedom right now to do whatever he wants. The Americans got into the picture in a very, as we see now, in a very massive way. The arrival both of Kushner and the Whitecoff, and today the vice president, just show how concerned they are from the fact that the ceasefire is so fragile, and they are going to sit on Netanyahu and not let him sabotage the agreement. But you know, there is also a dynamic by itself. No doubt that Netanyahu is not happy with the outcome. For him, ending the war is not what he wished to, and he will do whatever he can in order to prolong these tensions and to make them maybe even more so Israel can retaliate. It's very fragile, but as long as the Americans are devoted, I'm not worried.
So as you say, all of this hangs an awful lot on the Americans sitting on the Israelis to make sure there is no precursor to any kind of violation of the ceasefire. When it comes to Trump's 20-point plan, though, Gideon, it's clear some things are intended to happen simultaneously, others one after another. Point 6 talks of Hamas disarming and being given the option of amnesty once all the captives, living and dead, are returned. As we said, there are complications. Finding the specific bodies under mounds of rubble without specialist machinery is taking time. And secondly, what incentive is there for Hamas to disarm anyway, given all of this credible evidence of Israel arming Palestinian proxies in Gaza?
So first of all, I think Israel knows very well that not all the bodies can be found now. Maybe some more, maybe not, I don't know. But all of them, I mean, there is an understanding in Israel that there are limits to what can be found in an unlivable place, totally destroyed. Things might, I mean, like many other bodies which disappeared in this war and are still under the rubbles. Also, some hostages might be there. In any case, this will not stop the progress in the implementation of the agreement. The problems we are facing now are much harder because, for example, the question of demilitarization of Hamas points out the question, who is going to do it? Who is going to inspect it? Who is going to perform it? I mean, Israel cannot do it because this means another war. And unfortunately, there are no signs that such an international force is promised. It should have been on the ground now. I mean, every day of delay makes the whole area more violent and the ceasefire more fragile. I would expect already troops on the ground, boots on the ground of any kind of international armies.
Well, Gideon, on that note, talking about potential boots on the ground, we've just received this Truth Social post from Donald Trump, who says, quote, numerous of our now great allies in the Middle East and areas surrounding the Middle East have explicitly and strongly with great enthusiasm informed me that they would welcome the opportunity at my request to go into Gaza with a heavy force and, quote, straighten our Hamas if Hamas continues to act badly in violation of their agreement with us. So there we go. We've got Donald Trump saying, look, we've got a whole fleet of partner countries who are willing to lend their forces, but only when it comes to, quote, straightening Hamas. No mention of violations whatsoever. by Israel. And of course, we saw the bombardment of Rafah only on Sunday.
Absolutely. And I don't see this happening because no Arab forces will come in order to punish Hamas. They will come to create some kind of sense of stability. And this is what they will do. I don't see them yet. No country was concrete about how many troops, when, who is going to command them. But those are great news. If Donald Trump promises that there will be a massive international intervention in Gaza, those are great news. Because if to take the picture a little bit for more distance, the only hope is to take the Palestinians and first of all Gaza from the hands of Israel and transfer it to international hands. The Palestinians are in the hands of Israel now almost 100 years now, and we see the outcome. It's about time that their fate will not be dictated only by Israel, and only internationalization of the problem might solve it. And the first step should be now really an international force into Gaza, which, I mean, Trump can speak about threatening Hamas, but it must also threaten Israel because, you know, even if 2 soldiers were killed, which is horrible, to kill 45 people the day after in Rafah is really so out of proportion in time of ceasefire. Yes, it's not in time of war. It just shows how needed is an international intervention.
OK, Gideon, many thanks for that. Gideon Levy of Haaretz.
Thank you.
Don't miss out. Get a full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.